Hello, I'm Chris Leach. I started the petition to try and keep the Marsden Point oil refinery open and operating. And here's why. Let me read you 2 sentences from the refinery's website. It says, "We are a critical link in New Zealand's energy infrastructure and a major economic contributor to our local economy. Refining New Zealand has a reputation as one of Asia Pacific's safest and most reliable refineries." And it is, despite what most people think. Not only is it well maintained, but it's one of the most sophisticated refineries, far more sophisticated than the 2 refineries that the Australian government have decided to subsidise and keep operating so that they have fuel security. The shareholders in our refinery, dominated by the oil companies, want to close it down. They have interests in big new refineries in Asia, and they want to use those to refine oil and ship refined product to New Zealand. They've assured us that in a crisis, our fuel security will be fine. But let's just think about that for a moment. Would it be fine in a case like we're in 2019? 2 of Saudi Arabia's major oil facilities were bombed in a drone attack, and half of their oil production went west, or east, or somewhere. It closed down. Can you imagine those big Asian refineries saying, well, look, it's fine, we're really short of oil, but we're going to ensure that little old New Zealand, our smallest customer and our furthest one away, is going to get the fuel it needs before our bigger customers? I don't think so, do you? And how about if the conflict between USA and China was to escalate and the shipping lanes from those Asian refineries were cut off? What happens then to our air ambulance services, our fire rescue and paramedics, the Navy's search and rescue and disaster relief, the agricultural machinery that produces the food, and the trucks that ship it around New Zealand and make sure it gets to our supermarkets? Already with the pandemic, we're seeing shortages on the shelves of those supermarkets, and ships are bypassing New Zealand and heading to Australia instead. That's what we face in a crisis if we don't have our own refinery. Already 15% of the feedstock that it uses comes from Taranaki, and in a crisis it could turn to refining totally Taranaki oil and keep those essential services going. We need that fuel security, and the government needs to step up and take ownership of the refinery and keep it running. Who knows when the next crisis is just around the corner? So thank you if you've signed the petition and shared it widely with as many people as you can. If you haven't, please go to change.org and search for Save the Refinery. In a crisis, we're likely to need it. Thanks for your support.